Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how to create an effective task management system using Notion, where you can sort tasks by when they're due, what category they're in, what priority they're under, even who they're assigned to by using the database property. I'll be going through step by step of creating this process from scratch, but if you also want to duplicate the Notion template, I'll put that in the description below. So with that being said, let's get straight into it.
Firstly, I'm going to call this tasks, keep it very simple. And then I'm going to go ahead and insert an inline database. So just type slash and type inline and it'll come up with a table database. Now you actually want to create the board database, and that creates your Kanban view. Essentially what Kanban is it allows you to view your tasks here, and you can move it depending on your status. So if you haven't started your task, they'll all start off here. And the beauty of this is while you're doing a task, you can move it into in progress. And if you've got a task that you've then completed, you can move it in here. So that way it gives you a visual representation as soon as you log onto this page, which tasks you haven't started, which tasks are in progress, and which tasks you've done. However, let's customize this a bit more to make it into a more efficient task management system. So what I'll do is I'll just create some sample tasks and I'll show you how we can make this into a system that works a bit better. So I've just gone ahead and created some sample tasks, and if you want to create a new task, all you have to do is go ahead here and click the new button, and you can either type the name of the task here. So for example, create pre-email template for course, or whatever the task it is that you want. And you want to start creating it in the not started section. When you open the task up as a page, you can add particular attributes to it. Assign comes pre-added to the Kanban database, but if you don't have that, you can just click add a property and click assigned and type, assigned to or whatever it is. And if you go ahead and click on property type, you can change that to a person. That way it allows you to assign a particular task to a particular person. So for example, I can just find my name and assign it to myself. This is good if you've got team members in your team. That way you can assign a task to a particular person on the team. Now I suggest adding a few more properties to make your workflow a bit easier. The first one we'll add is a deadline, because tasks without a deadline are kind of ambiguous as to when you should do it. So having a deadline ensures, it's more likely to get done. I'm going to change that property type into date. And so say, for example, this particular task, I might assign myself Saturday next week. Now, what's great about Notion is that you can also remind yourself or remind whoever that task is assigned to as to doing that task. So this can be handy if you've got loads of tasks coming up, because you can just easily set reminders. And if you download the Notion app on your desktop and on your phone, it will give you a notification to remind you to complete that task. So say, for example, if I haven't done that task 2 days before the deadline, I might decide to give myself a reminder at 9 a.m. And if I want to ensure that a task is done by a particular time on Saturday, I can click include time and change this to say 5 p.m. So that way I know that the due date for this task is January 22nd, 5 p.m. It's very specific. What you might want to do inside the page as well is create subtasks. That you can just do by creating an open square bracket, close square bracket, and that turns it into a to-do. Alternatively, you can just type slash and type to-do, and it brings up a checkbox. And I'll just have subtasks here. So for example, this might be updating email list on ConvertKit, and then create ConvertKit template, schedule the email for 1 day before the course. For example, I might have, subtasks in there. That way, as I'm doing the subtasks, firstly, what I can do is I can move this into the in progress so people can see, that I've already started this task. Or not even people, if you're just working by yourself, you can see, okay, this is a task I've already started. And then if you click on it, you can say, okay, this first step I've already done. I need to do these more sub steps to complete the entirety of the task. And once you've completed these sub steps, then you can move this into your completed. And you'll see at the top here, you have a total number count as well. So if you've got many tasks, you can see here, okay, there's 7 tasks I haven't done. There's 1 task that I've completed. Now, I also suggest adding a couple more properties, especially two important properties, which is first the urgency. So that you can turn into a select property. And what I like to have is 3 levels of urgency. So I'll have high priority, I'll have medium priority, and I'll have low priority. And let's turn the high priority red, medium priority yellow, and green low priority, gray. You can use whatever colors you want, but for me, just red is a bit more standing out. So let's say this task is high priority. Another important property you want to add is your category. And that you can either do a multi-select if it falls into multiple categories, or a select. Let's keep things simple and keep it select for now. So for example, this particular category might be an email. Let's just say for this task, my category might be site admin. So whatever is it that you're working on, you can create particular categories to group your tasks into those particular categories. And we'll talk about why doing this is important for task management in a while, or why it makes it easier. So what you want to do is go ahead and create your task. Let's delete this duplicate assign property, and essentially fill out your attributes for your task. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I've gone ahead and added the properties to all of my subtasks here. But you see that if I go back on the tasks page, it's not very helpful because I don't see those properties right when I click view them. So to change this, what you can do is go over here, click these three bars here, click on properties, and this will actually allow you to select which properties you can view while looking at this database. So let's just turn all of them on for now, and I'll show you what I mean. So once I've turned everything on, you can see that just from the get-go, I can already see, who the task is assigned to, the category, the deadline, and the priority. Now, because I'm sorting by status already, which tasks are completed, in progress, or not completed, I can turn off the status property because I don't need to have that twice. But I can still see the other attributes that are important to me. And so what I can do is I can then go ahead and sort, and I can click add sort and sort by deadline ascending, meaning that the tasks which have the earliest deadlines are right at the top, so I know in which order I need to do my tasks. Now, another thing I like to just do is this no status item, I can just hide it. That way I'm only focusing on the tasks which I've not started, in progress, and completed. And let's give this database a name as well. Now you see here where it says add a view, you want to do that to sort your tasks by different attributes such as priority. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So if I click add a view, click board, and I'm going to name it high priority. That way, what I can do is I can go ahead and go into filter, add a filter which says the urgency is high priority. So what this will do is it will only show me the tasks which are high priority. And again, I can go ahead and hide this. So when I go into my view, if I click on the board view, it will change to all the tasks I have. And I can actually rename this to say all tasks. So if I want to get a bird's eye perspective of all the tasks I have yet to complete, I can click on that and I'll see a huge list of the tasks that I've started. When I'm doing a task, I can move them to in progress, and the tasks that I've completed, I'll see here. However, if I'm, running out of time, or if I just want to quickly glance at which tasks are the most important this week, I can just click on my high priority view and it will sort by just the tasks that I've tagged high priority. Now, remember how I said that inside the view you can add sub to-dos by creating to-do lists here? Another thing you can do is go ahead into your properties, and where it says card preview, instead of this saying none, you can actually change that to your page content. And what this will allow you to do is it will give you a bird's eye view of the subtasks and which subtasks you've completed. So you can see here for my completed tasks, I've already completed all of the subtasks that need to be done. For my in progress task, I haven't added any subtasks, but let me go and add some subtasks as an example. So I've created some subtasks, and let's say I've done the first one. So when I go back to my tasks view, I can easily see, okay, for this task that's in progress, I've already done the first to do, these are what needs to be done. So that way, when you go on your task database, you can see what each task is as a card and the subtasks inside it. Now, if you don't want to see the subtasks, then you can just go ahead into your properties and disable the card preview into just none. That way it shows just the task. And then when you go inside the page, it will show you your subtasks. But if you like to have a quick bird's eye snapshot of the tasks and the subtasks inside it, you can turn that toggle on. Now, another thing you can do is create a view based on your category. So for example, if I want to view just my email tasks, I'll go ahead and create a view for email, turn that into a board. And here what I can do is I can filter by category, which is email. So again, this way it will show me just my email task. So you can create several views you want depending on your priority, depending on who the task is assigned to, depending on the category of the tasks. And in your all the tasks database, you can sort by the tasks that are due first. So this is the way I use Notion, and I use Kanban boards to manage my tasks on Notion. So if you found this video helpful, then make sure you click the thumbs up button. If you're new to my channel, then click the subscribe down below as well. If you're interested in my newsletter, you can also check it out in the description below. With that being said, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you again in my next video.